Well, I really like what you said about your job is to remove obstacles for the team, not to do the team's job for them, but remove any obstacles that might get in their way or might make them less efficient. You're streamlining not only our media company, but you're streamlining SprayNet. And as an integrator, you're removing obstacles for me, right?
Yeah.
So we hired on a new assistant, a new executive assistant. I don't know what that job title actually is, but what was amazing for me is I was even struggling. How am I going to manage her? Right. She's awesome. She's going to be totally useful. But even me just bundling all the tasks I need her to do was a kind of a heavy lift. And then you said, no, that's not your job. That's my job. So she'll report to me. Yep. And so I have one report in the structure here, and that's you. And that's the traction framework, right?
Yeah. Yeah. We didn't make this up. We're just listening to people much smarter than us who have already been here and done that. You're kind of the big picture guy, right? You're driving the strategy and you're solving big problems. You're landing big deals. You're doing all the big stuff, right? And my role is to take those big ideas or those big deals that you land or whatever and figure out what that means, like in real time, down on the ground, kind of like day-to-day operations, because those big ideas are great, but they're only great if you can execute on them. Well, in our team meeting, that was the joke, is they were going to change my name from the integrator to the executor. And I like integrator better, but that really is my job, is to make sure that we're taking those ideas and figuring out how to implement them in real time in each part of the business, whether it's, in the finance and admin, or if it's actually in production, or it's over on the sales side. Those are all very different things, but we need your ideas for each of those kind of branches of our business. But if you're up there doing all the big picture visionary stuff, you can't be managing the day-to-day. That's just exhausting and draining to you. It drains you of your life force. And that's really what we need from you. So my role is to remove those obstacles from you, help you do what you do best, and then also help the people reporting to me do what they need to do and do that the best.
Yeah, I tell you, it feels like a million pounds have been removed from my shoulders, because I've always been the type of entrepreneur that just gets it done, whatever it is. I'm the hold my beer guy, right? If an employee can't do it, all right, step aside, I'll do it, right? Yeah. And that doesn't scale. That doesn't work. No. And as I get older and wiser and my tolerance level for the hold my beer philosophy wanes, gosh, this framework has invigorated me, and we'll see how it manifests in the coming years. I'm quite optimistic about not only SprayNet, but Streamline Business Media and all the deals we're doing because of this visionary integrator relationship. So, and again, we haven't even popped up on this surfboard. We're just catching the wave.
Yeah. It seems like most entrepreneurs are visionaries, and that's the whole like e-myth, is like somebody who's really good at a thing then becomes an entrepreneur because they want to build a business around that, but they don't usually have the management skills or the processes in place. They just know how to do the thing, and that doesn't scale. But it also it's not long-term sustainable for you. Like, you could do any one of these things, but only for a certain amount of time. Whereas if you're not asked to be the master and be the painter and be the sales guy and do the books and onboarding, offboarding, if you're not asked to do all of that, and you can just focus on business development and landing these whales where we're going to have to even subcontract some work out to some other people because we just can't do it all. That's where you're best served. So all I'm trying to do is get all the rest of it off your plate, so you're just only doing the stuff that you really enjoy and that you're really good at. Like, if anybody can just run their mouth about stuff, it's you. So yeah, that's what we want you doing.
Yeah. Well, it's already working, right? And not only am I yielding the benefits, you're yielding the benefits, our employees, our sales team, and most importantly, our clients, right? Yeah. at the end of the day, that's what's most important. So you do see this trickle down, call it culture, that it has already taken off, and we've only really implemented this, visionary. I've only had this idea of this visionary integrator relationship in the last month or two, right?
Yeah.
It was a recent book recommendation. You were familiar with Traction from managing the Jiu-Jitsu academies. I was a little familiar with Traction, and one of my mentors, Rob, gave me a book, and then another mentor, Lon, said, "Hey, this is your next book, right?" And it's Rocket Fuel. And Lon was like, "Man, you keep going from the owner's box to the field, to the owner's box to the field." He's like, "That's not sustainable. You're going to lose your mind." And I'm like, "Gonna, right? Like past tense, bro." And there's been times where I've lost it. So, and already I keep saying this, but already it's yielding significant results. And then my vision of the future is quite bright, especially when I know that I'm not doing all the crap I don't want to do. That has to be done.
It's got to be done. Yeah, it's not where you're best served.
Well,
go ahead.